Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. Today is September 27th when I'm recording this, and we're going to jump right into our first section of today's episode, and that is Netflix. So for those of you who didn't know, Netflix does actually still ship out DVDs. Yes, so you know the little discs that we get in the red envelopes, those are still a thing. Apparently, they will be shut down. That service will end. Actually, I think it is this week. But according to Netflix, after their 25th annual meeting, they introduced that they would, stop sending these DVDs. And just a couple of fun facts for you guys. Netflix on their DVD service, let's see, they have 40 million unique subscribers and have shipped over more than 5 billion DVDs. And a couple of interesting things I saw on their article, and I'll leave the all the articles from today in the show notes. The first actual DVD that was shipped was back on March 10th, 1998. And who do you think it is? I would have never guessed this show, and it even brought me back even saying this, but the first ever DVD rental was Beetlejuice. So the classic movie Beetlejuice was the first DVD rental from Netflix. And according to them, the most popular DVD rental was The Blind Side, the big football movie about the family adopting the kid and him becoming a pro athlete. So yeah, I just remember it had to be like 2010 that I had that subscription. So you would get the red envelopes. I think they had an online site at the time. I wonder if I remember correctly that you could go on there, pick which ones that they would ship you. You would get them in the mail, watch them, put them back in the red envelope, put it back in the mail, ship them back, and then you could order more. And that's how you Netflixed and chilled back in the day. It took a little longer. But yeah, according to Netflix, that's killed this week. So moving on to our business growth section of today's episode, we are going to discuss Audit Assistance. Now, the tax professional world, this is not anything new, but what I wanted to expand on was, the benefits of providing a Audit Assistance product to your customers. So a tax business essentially can offer their tax clients audit assistance on each tax return. Basically, what will happen is the taxpayers then opt in to receive that product and services, and it just depends on who's providing it. But in today's section is sponsored by Audit Allies. Audit Allies provides assistance, including but not limited to the following audit inquiries: earned income, child and education credits, Schedule A, Schedule C, tax debt relief, offers and compromise, and denied W-7 applications. With Audit Allies' easy enrollment and industry-leading incentives, EROs can relax knowing that they have an ally in the audit assistance space. Enroll today with Audit Allies. You can learn more at auditallies.com. Yeah, so typically how it works is if you're a ERO, you can choose to enroll with one of these audit assistance programs, and it's pretty easy. Just got to make sure that you get that in there before you start filing these tax returns. And then per unit, usually you can earn some incentives based off of your volume. So those audit programs will give you some kind of incentive for you selling their products. So that's a really good way to boost your revenue for your tax office, create another stream of revenue. And like I said, it's not anything new to the industry, but it is something to look out for. And if you're not providing that service, you may want to look into that. So for today's business growth section, Audit Assistance, go check it out. In technology news, I'm afraid we're going to go into another section that I've previously discussed on the pod, but it's ChatGPT. What they are trying to introduce, I think, in the next couple of weeks is essentially a voice version of ChatGPT. So you can actually have a conversation now with the program, and it will respond back to you with voice responses. Similar to Siri and Alexa, these voice assistants, they're a little different from those, but the ChatGPT one, I think, uses a larger language model, and it's based off an algorithm that can grab a lot more data than what Siri or Alexa offer. Usually those ones are like programmed with a smaller data set that only responds to certain responses. And this ChatGPT seems, just from the news, I haven't seen it or used it. It's not even available yet as I'm recording this, but it's first going to roll out with their Plus customers. So I think you have to pay like $20 a month to be a ChatGPT Plus customer. And then they say that eventually it will roll out to all their customers. But like I said, it's using a larger data set. So you can essentially have a full conversation, I would guess, and assume that you can have, an actual verbal conversation with the program, which is scary to say the least. When I say that, all I can think about is, all the movies, Terminator, iRobot, those types of things happening. We're getting closer and closer, it seems to me, to Star Wars. You just throw Elon Musk in there with ChatGPT and we're on our way. All right. But back to the ChatGPT thing. One of the things I saw that was interesting was you can have up to 5 different voices. So it's not your robotic like Alexa or Siri voice. I think they'll have 5 different ones you can choose from, and they're supposed to be more human-like, which again is just weird. We're going there. But yeah, so their addition to the voice system, they're also going to include in their ChatGPT model is for it to be able to accept images, and to basically you can submit your image and then prompt it to do something. So theoretically, I saw an example like, hey, you take a picture of your math homework or your school homework, put it in there, and then it will solve it for you. So all you students out there, shout out. Probably nothing new that you guys are not aware of as far as when it comes to ChatGPT. But yes, they're about to release a new update to it, and it's going to be voice commands, and you're going to be able to submit images to their program. So take a look at that. Let me know what you guys think about it. Moving on to our last section of the episode. This is a little bit of IRS news, and I have the article here. I'm just going to basically read from the article. The Internal Revenue Service today announced, I don't think it's today, it might have been yesterday, but they announced the availability of expanded chatbot technology to help quickly answer basic questions for people receiving notices about possible underreporting their taxes. So these chatbots are supposed to be used in the notices of CP 2000, CP 2501, and the CP 3219A. And these mailings inform taxpayers if the taxpayer information the IRS received from third parties doesn't match the information they provided themselves to the IRS. So the commissioner came out and said, and I quote, "Through our transformation efforts, we are working to expand technologies to help taxpayers and tax professionals interact with us in the ways they prefer, including expanded digital, phone, and in-person assistant options. We understand receiving a notice from the IRS can be concerning, and people frequently have questions. The use of chatbots in call centers has emerged as an effective practice in both the private and public sectors, making it easier for people to quickly get basic information to resolve their issues and avoid wait times on the phones." So it looks like they're they're going to, bump up that technology on their end, which I don't think is a bad thing. I know some chatbots can be annoying when you kind of get stuck in a loop and you don't get the answers. But if you program them well enough, they do a really good job of getting you the information that you need to quickly, resolve your issue. And if it's something that, they can resolve a big portion of one or two or, a handful of issues, that's going to speed up the process. That's a win-win for everybody. The new IRS chatbot is available to help taxpayers with questions such as what to do if they received a notice, what to do if they need more time to respond to a notice, and how to find out if the IRS received their response. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that they're doing. Again, I think it was something that, it says this technology expansion is supported through the Inflation Reduction Act funding. So yeah, it was part of that act and, developed to help out the IRS and, the industry. So that's a win-win for everybody. So again, thanks for checking out the pod today, and stay tuned because I got a lot more stuff we can talk about getting ready for tax season. So catch you guys later.